Roman rule of Jerusalem. After the destruction of Jerusalem and the Second Temple by the Romans in 70 BC, Palestine entered a period of direct Roman rule. This rule lasted until 324 AD, when the Roman Emperor Constantine converted to Christianity and made it the official religion of the empire. During the period of Roman rule, Jerusalem was transformed into a Roman city, where Roman temples, public baths, and theaters were built. Roman sovereignty was also imposed on the Jews, which led to the persecution and decline of the Jews in Palestine. The Roman period in Palestine witnessed a period of political, economic, and social turmoil. There were frequent Jewish revolts against Roman rule, including the Bar Kokhba revolt in 132 AD, which was brutally put down by the Romans. In this period, Jews and Christians fought for power. In 132 AD, the Bar Kokhba revolt, a Jewish revolt against Roman rule, broke out. The revolt succeeded in temporarily expelling the Romans from Jerusalem, but was eventually suppressed in 135 AD. After the Bar Kokhba revolt, the Romans imposed harsher rule on the Jews, leading to the exodus of many Jews from Palestine. This rule continued until the year 638 AD, when the Muslims conquered Jerusalem. Islamic rule of Jerusalem. Muslims conquered Jerusalem in 638 AD, after a siege. The commander of the Muslim army at that time was Ubaida bin Al-Jarrah, who was the governor of the Levant during the reign of Caliph Omar bin Al-Khattab. Muslims besieged Jerusalem before entering it. During the siege, the Muslims relied on besieging the city from all sides, in addition to cutting off its supplies. The city eventually surrendered on October 2, 638 AD. The conquest of Jerusalem was an important event in the history of Islam, as it led to Muslim control of Palestine and opened the way for them to expand into the Levant. Muslims pledged to respect all holy sites in Jerusalem, whether Islamic, Christian or Jewish. Many mosques, schools, and hospitals were built in Jerusalem during this period. Muslims allowed the various religious sects in Jerusalem to live freely and practice their religious rituals without restrictions. Caliph Omar bin Al-Khattab issued a decree guaranteeing the rights of all religions in Jerusalem. Jerusalem witnessed a period of economic and cultural prosperity during Islamic rule. Many markets and commercial centers were built in the city, and cultural and artistic life flourished. After the death of Ubaida ibn Al-Jarrah in 639 AD, Amr ibn Al-Aas assumed the emirate of the Levant. He continued to rule the Levant until 644 AD, when he assumed the caliphate after the death of Omar bin Al-Khattab. Amr bin Al-Aas ruled Jerusalem. After the conquest of Jerusalem, Amr ibn Al-Aas took many measures to ensure the stability and prosperity of the city. He pledged to respect all holy places in Jerusalem, whether Islamic, Christian or Jewish. He also issued a decree guaranteeing the rights of all religions in Jerusalem. Building the Omar bin Al-Khattab Mosque. The mosque is located in Damascus Gate Square, and it is believed to be the first mosque built in Jerusalem after the Islamic conquest. The Dome of the Rock Mosque. The mosque is located in the Holy Mosque, and it is believed that the Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven from this place. Encouraging religious diversity, Amr ibn Al-Aas allowed the different religious sects in Jerusalem to live freely and practice their religious rituals without restrictions. Economic and cultural prosperity. Jerusalem witnessed a period of economic and cultural prosperity during the rule of Amr ibn Al-Aas. Many markets and commercial centers were built in the city, and cultural and artistic life flourished. Amr ibn Al-Aas's rule in Jerusalem continued for 5 years, until 644 AD. The rule of Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan. After the death of Amr ibn Al-Aas in 644 AD, Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan, who was the governor of the Levant during the reign of Caliph Uthman ibn Affan, assumed power in Jerusalem. Muawiyah bin Abi Sufyan continued to rule Jerusalem until 661 AD, when he assumed the caliphate after the death of Uthman bin Affan. Among Muawiyah's achievements, he issued a decree affirming the rights of all religions in Jerusalem. He strengthened relations between Muslims and Christians in the city. He built many mosques and schools in the city. Muawiyah bin Abi Sufyan continued to rule Jerusalem for 17 years, from 644 AD to 661 AD. Jerusalem was ruled by the Umayyad caliphs, who ruled from Damascus. The Umayyads ruled Jerusalem for 90 years, until 750 AD, when the Umayyad Caliphate fell at the hands of the Abbasids. Yazid bin Muawiyah ruled Jerusalem for 9 years, from 661 AD to 680 AD. Yazid bin Muawiyah was the son of the Umayyad Caliph Muawiyah bin Abi Sufyan. His rule was a period of stability and prosperity for the city, but also a period of political turmoil. The rule of Yazid bin Muawiyah in Jerusalem was a period of stability and prosperity for the city. He contributed to preserving the city's holy places, guaranteeing the rights of all religions, and promoting cultural diversity. The rule of Yazid bin Muawiyah Jerusalem was distinguished by many achievements, including: he completed the construction of the Dome of the Rock Mosque, which was begun by his father, Muawiyah bin Abi Sufyan. He built many mosques, schools and hospitals in the city. He strengthened relations between Muslims and Christians in the city. But Yazid bin Muawiyah's rule in Jerusalem was also a period of political turmoil. The Hussein bin Ali revolution broke out in Iraq, which led to the killing of Hussein in Karbala. This exacerbated disputes among Muslims, leading to the end of Umayyad rule in 750 AD. Abd al-Malik ibn Marwan ruled Jerusalem for 22 years, from 683 AD to 705 AD. Abd al-Malik ibn Marwan was the 6th caliph of the Umayyads, and he ruled from Damascus. His rule was a period of stability and prosperity for Jerusalem, and he contributed to strengthening the city's position as an important religious and cultural center in the Islamic world. Abdul Malik bin Marwan's rule in Jerusalem was a period of stability and prosperity for the city. He contributed to preserving the city's holy places, ensuring the rights of all religions, and promoting cultural diversity. Walid bin Abdul Malik, 705 to 715 AD. Sulayman bin Abdul Malik, 715 to 717 AD. Omar bin Abdul Aziz, 717 to 720 AD. Yazid bin Abdul Malik, 720 to 724 AD. Hisham bin Abdul Malik, 724 to 743 AD. Al-Walid II bin Yazid, 743 AD. Sulayman II bin Yazid, 743 AD. Omar bin Yazid, 744 AD. Yazid III bin al-Walid, 744 AD. Ibrahim bin al-Walid, 744 AD. Marwan II, 744 to 750 AD. The Umayyad Caliphate ended and the Abbasid Caliphate began. Abbasid Caliphate, 750-1258 AD. 37 Abbasid caliphs ruled from 750 AD to 1258 AD, when Baghdad was destroyed by the Mongols. Below is a list of the names of the Abbasid caliphs. The form of rule of the Abbasid Caliphate within Jerusalem was that of the governor, a civil servant appointed by the Abbasid Caliph to rule the city. The governor was responsible for managing the city and ensuring security and peace in it. He was also responsible for collecting taxes and submitting them to the Caliph. The rule of the Abbasids in Jerusalem was a period of stability and prosperity for the city. The Abbasids contributed to preserving the city's holy places, strengthening relations between Muslims and Christians, and supporting economic and cultural development. The Abbasid Caliphate was divided into several eras. The Golden Age of the Abbasid state, 750 to 861 AD. This era was the Golden Age of the Abbasid Caliphate, during which the state witnessed great progress in all fields, including science, arts, and architecture. Late Abbasid Empire, 8611-258 AD. This era witnessed a gradual decline in the power of the Abbasid Caliphate, as it was exposed to several challenges, including internal unrest and foreign intervention. The end of the Abbasid Caliphate came in 1258 AD, when it was destroyed by the Mongols. After the Abbasid Caliphate, Jerusalem was ruled by many Islamic countries, including the Fatimid Empire, 909-1171 AD. The Fatimids ruled Jerusalem from 969 AD to 1071 AD, and made it the capital of their state. The Fatimids contributed to the construction of many religious and cultural buildings in the city, including the Omar bin Al-Khattab Mosque. The Ayyubid Empire, 1171 to 1250 AD. The Ayyubids ruled Jerusalem from 1187 AD to 1250 AD, and expelled the Crusaders from the city. The Ayyubids contributed to preserving the holy places in the city and strengthening relations between Muslims and Christians. Mamluk state, 1250 to 1517 AD. The Mamluks ruled Jerusalem from 1250 AD to 1517 AD, and defended it from Crusader and foreign attacks. The Mamluks contributed to the construction of many religious and cultural buildings in the city, including Khan al-Khalili. The Ottoman Empire, 1517 to 1917 AD. The Ottomans ruled Jerusalem from 1517 AD to 1917 AD, and made it the capital of the Ottoman state in Palestine. The Ottomans contributed to preserving the city's holy places and strengthening relations between Muslims and Christians. Muslim rule in Jerusalem was distinguished by many achievements, including preserving the holy places in the city. Muslims were keen to preserve the holy places in Jerusalem, including Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock. Strengthening relations between Muslims and Christians. Muslims contributed to strengthening relations between Muslims and Christians in Jerusalem, and ensuring the rights of all religions in the city. Supporting economic and cultural development. Muslims contributed to supporting economic and cultural development in Jerusalem, transforming it into an important religious and cultural center in the Islamic world. Muslim rule in Jerusalem continued for 1,300 years, until its occupation by Israel